remember I had no equipment with me, no head guard, no bandages.
Street clothes, weren't you?
Yeah.
As good as.
So.
Good, good.
I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
Tyson Fury speaks out following training sessions with Jake Paul ahead of AJ Showdown. And insiders confirm Fury dominated Jake Paul during sparring, rendering him stunned and embarrassed. Footage circulated rapidly everywhere, supporters reacting with shock across platforms. Fury's sheer strength is frightening, and the message is obvious. Should AJ enter the ring, Paul risks total domination, confronting a punishing evening that may conclude before truly starting.
Telling lies, but I remember I had one shoe off and one shoe on. The shoe came off, and it was what it was. And we had a
Tyson Fury remains brutally honest. He demolishes Jake Paul, exposing his fragility and limited ability. Reports from insiders suggest Paul appeared confused during sparring. Fury cautions that should AJ participate, it concludes immediately. Paul cannot withstand Joshua's strength. Supporters across platforms are ridiculing Paul brutally. The excitement is overwhelming, and the bout could become his worst experience.
worst night ever and still beat Jake Paul. He could probably turn up with broken ribs, a broken left hand, 2 left feet, he's closed on back to front, and with the flu, and then still beat Jake Paul.
John Fury issued a harsh evaluation recently, stating Jake Paul is entirely outmatched. Information from Tyson Fury's preparation facility validates Paul performed terribly during sparring, revealing all deficiencies. Online communities exploded, featuring jokes and ridicule. Experts are cautioning should AJ climb into the ring, Paul is marching directly toward a savage loss, and Fury's caution couldn't be more direct.
They can't, Anthony Joshua could knock Jake Paul out with his dick. So if it goes any other way...
Eddie Hearn recognizes Jake Paul has certain dedication, but sources claim his abilities are still beginner grade. Sessions with Tyson Fury revealed him severely, causing supporters on social platforms ridiculing each action. Even Hearn confirms Paul is insane for accepting. Experts cautioned AJ would destroy him effortlessly, and Paul's publicity might ultimately encounter the harsh truth of professional boxing.
Easy night's work, and it would be massive. And Jake's smart. Look, I know that we have our back and forth. Jake's improving as a fighter, and you have to respect the fact that he's dedicated not just to the business, but also the hard graft of boxing. I still don't think he's particularly good, but he's a decent, some level.
Carl Froch speaks very directly. Jake Paul is a total novice and entirely beyond his capability. Reports from insiders at Fury's facility indicate Paul failed to connect even a solitary effective strike. Supporters across platforms are mocking him relentlessly, and professionals believe AJ's accuracy and strength would conclude this bout during one round, revealing Paul's publicity as complete illusion.
Should happen. This is a one-round job because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury for crying out.
Tony Bellew states the reality. Jake Paul is in significantly over his ability. Information validates his sessions with Tyson Fury were disastrous, revealing all vulnerabilities. Supporters are responding wildly across platforms, ridiculing his fantasies of superiority. Professionals caution that should AJ participate, Paul risks being shamed beyond belief, demonstrating that wealth cannot purchase talent when genuine strength and knowledge confront.
Money talks, as they say.
Money talks and bullshit walks. We all know that phrase. We've all seen it, but this is another level. This is a really dangerous. He ain't fighting a granddad. He isn't fighting a grandfather. It's absolute lunacy. It's insane. It's dangerously insane.
Derek Chisora emphasizes the harsh truth Jake Paul's training rounds with Tyson Fury allegedly revealed him at each moment. Every error was addressed, causing Paul fighting to bounce back. Online communities detonated with supporters ridiculing his absence of basics. Professionals cautioned that should AJ step into the ring, Paul's mistakes won't simply be teachings, they might result in a shameful, lopsided loss.
It's totally different. Sparring, you're there to learn. So the guy you knocked out in sparring, he's understand, okay, I did this silly move, that's how I got knocked out. So I'm gonna have to stop doing these silly moves so I don't get...
Lawrence Okoli explains the situation. Jake Paul can absorb punishment freely, but sessions with Tyson Fury showed he's distant from professional. Each knockdown during preparation revealed his boundaries. Supporters are mocking him across platforms continuously. Professionals cautioned facing AJ, Paul won't simply get floored, he faces a brutal punishment that might conclude the bout before he actually adjusts properly.
When the best I think of the fight, getting dropped once again is not the end of the world. People get dropped in fights and still win them. Getting dropped in sparring as well, so I mean, you just gotta be able to dust off and kind of keep going.
Devin Haney remains completely frank. He's surprised Jake Paul actually decided to challenge AJ. Based on sources, Paul was entirely dominated throughout Fury training rounds, stumbling like a beginner facing simple exercises. Supporters on online platforms are brutal, labeling him foolish and inexperienced. Haney's message is obvious. Paul's arrogance might bring catastrophe. AJ's strength will punish each vulnerability. Professionals cautioned that this isn't simply a mismatch, it's a likely public embarrassment. Fury's crew actually mentioned that Paul seemed like he was discovering the fundamentals too slowly. This bout might readily transform Paul's publicity into widespread shame.
I was surprised that Jake took the fight rather than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is fought the best fighters in the world. He's a solidified champion. But I'm surprised that Jake took the fight and is fighting a guy that's so dangerous like Anthony Joshua. So I got to take my hat off to him. Because we were saying that he's fighting this person past their prime, this person's old and this and whatnot, and now he's fighting.
Joe Rogan's statements are a danger alert. Jake Paul is marching directly toward AJ's strength territory. Fury sources confirm Paul's training rounds were a catastrophe. He absorbed fundamental sequences constantly. Supporters across platforms are mocking him brutally, sharing footage of each mistake. Rogan basically forecasts Paul will become a target should AJ choose to demonstrate dominance over him. Professionals state this isn't publicity, it's a termination verdict regarding boxing language. Paul's confidence may attract beginners, but Fury camp sources validate his protection and response speed are ridiculous, and AJ might transform him into a widespread teaching in moments.
Because Joshua's going to try to make an example out of him, for sure.
And will.
I mean, Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest one-punch KO artists. What he did to Francis Ngannou, good lord.
Yes.
Do you want that?
Spencer Oliver speaks without hesitation. Jake Paul is recklessly overvaluing himself. Fury camp sources disclose Paul fought to endure a solitary round of training with Tyson Fury, scarcely blocking against fundamental strikes. Online communities detonated, ridiculing his artificial confidence and forecasting a rapid destruction. Oliver emphasizes that AJ's strikes delivered genuine repercussions. This isn't a performance show. Professionals cautioned Paul may not survive beyond a few rounds, and every strike might have permanent effects. Supporters and professionals together are wondering how Paul actually accepted this, naming it the bout that might reveal him as complete publicity.
The worry for me would be that if Jake Paul would be able to get through a few rounds and then you go, then it could be a danger to his health because there is, ramifications from taking blows like that off Anthony Joshua. But I think the fight could be done quite quickly. And when you're talking about the dangers and death and all that, I don't see it like that because I don't think that Jake Paul will be able to hang in there long.
Frank Warren states it plainly, this bout is dangerous, and Jake Paul is the one tempting fate. Fury sources validate Paul seemed entirely entirely dominated during sparring, lacking protection and seeming unready for professional-grade boxing. Online communities is detonating, featuring condemnation, supporters mocking his ignorance. Warren suggests that although Paul may trust in himself, belief won't endure AJ's finishing strength. Professionals concur Paul risks being shamed openly, potentially receiving significant harm. Fury's crew states this isn't amusement, it's a risky examination, and Paul's arrogance may reverse course disastrously. Each strike from AJ might reveal Paul's publicity as complete fantasy.
It's a dangerous fight. Of course, it's all, it's a dangerous fight. But I'm not here to be there selling their show. I've got no interest in the fighters from that perspective. I just think that he is a licensed boxer. He trains. He knows what he's getting involved with. He's not an idiot, and he knows what he's going to be up against. But he must believe in himself to.
Duke McKenzie is not softening it. Jake Paul is entering into the ring with a catastrophe approaching his direction. Reports from insiders at Fury's facility disclose Paul's training rounds were disastrous. His protection collapsed constantly, causing him vulnerable to fundamental sequences. Online communities detonated immediately as footage escaped, supporters mocking his arrogance and naming this career-ending. Professionals emphasize this isn't simply a mismatch, it's a public display of likely destruction. McKenzie cautions that Paul risks suffering significant damage during only a couple rounds, and also beginner boxing supporters are amazed at how ignorant he appears. The excitement across platforms validates it. Paul's confidence is weak, his publicity may collapse, and the Fury-AJ training understanding indicates he's absolutely not ready for the genuine strength and accuracy that AJ delivers. Each insider forecasts a punishing evening that might alter Paul's professional story permanently.
Jake Paul is in danger, serious danger. I know you've heard it all before, but I could just reiterate what everybody else is saying. He's in serious danger of being seriously hurt.
Eddie Hearn's caution is direct. Jake Paul is stepping into a catastrophe bout. Information inside Fury's facility validate Paul struggled also during managed sparring, constantly absorbed, surprised, and incapable to protect against basic strikes. Supporters across platforms are brutal, mocking each footage with jokes ridiculing his belief compared to AJ's genuine strength. Hearn's understanding is terrifying. AJ is calculated, aggressive, and brutal. He doesn't show mercy, and sources suggest that each strike might reveal Paul's absence of knowledge savagely. Professionals forecast a rapid dismantling, where Paul may scarcely endure a round. Fury's crew actually mentions about how Paul might be schooled inside the ring, the difficult method. Online community excitement strengthens the story. Paul's confidence might crumble immediately, and AJ is the ideal catastrophe ready to transform publicity into embarrassment. This bout is distant from amusement. It's a genuine examination of endurance.
It's a very dangerous night's work. And AJ will be, people say, oh, will he take it easy? AJ will be AJ. He don't mess around, he don't play with his food. He'll be going in there looking to take him out.
Dana White speaks without hesitation. Jake Paul entering into the ring with Anthony Joshua is an open call for catastrophe. Reports from insiders at Tyson Fury's facility disclose Paul's training difficulties were television-worthy, displaying each vulnerability possible. Online communities detonated, supporters naming him foolish, ignorant, and arrogant. White stresses that the viewers understand precisely what's approaching, about where Paul's publicity will be examined facing professional strength. Professionals observe that AJ is ready for concluding the match quickly, and Paul's absence of knowledge renders him incredibly exposed. Fury's facility sources validate he has zero solution to AJ's accuracy and coordination. The bout is creating a press frenzy, featuring supporters eager to witness Paul's confidence confronted facing genuine boxing talent. Each strike might be a teaching in shame, and White forecasts the display will not be gentle to Paul.
Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking bad idea. That's a bad idea. But let me tell you what. A lot of people watch that one.
Will you watch it?
Sure. You know what everybody's tuning in for on that one. I think everybody's going to get what they've finally been waiting for.
The point is super obvious.
Jake Paul is heading into a fight he cannot win. Every practice round showed him looking like a beginner, while online fans have already mocked him non-stop. Experts say the buzz may crash badly, and this match could be the biggest moment of Paul's boxing for all the bad reasons. Everyone, this is the battle we've all been hoping for. Will Paul handle AJ's punches, or will he get embarrassed in front of everyone watching? Write down your thoughts, pass the video, and click subscribe. Don't skip the drama from what looks to be the most crazy fight of the year.